The fight for the regular season title may be over, but this race at Richmond did show us we have a very good championship fight on our hands once the chase rolls around. Hello, everybody. My name is Brody. Welcome into the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Better late than never, right? Better late than never. We are here for the NASCAR Truck Series race review for Richmond. And this race showed us we have a championship battle on our hands. Maybe not for the regular season title, but for the final 10 races, there's going to be a good battle between two drivers specifically, and I'm very excited for it. But this race at Richmond was absolutely dominated, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about and get into. So we'll first cover the race winner, what this driver took to get to victory lane, how dominant this win was. Then we'll look at my drivers of the day, followed by the race results, see which drivers had good days and bad days, and then we'll finally end with my thoughts and opinions of this race from an overall perspective. So without further ado, let's begin. This race at Richmond was actually postponed a full day. It was supposed to be run Friday, but it ended up getting postponed to Saturday morning. And the race for which we did see was an absolute domination by one specific driver. And his name is Caden Honeycutt for Tricon Garage in the number 11. But the storylines do not end with just this win. The win generates more storylines for once the chase begins, because I think this win is an absolute statement win, and we have a real possibility of a great showdown to the very end for this Truck Series championship between Caden Honeycutt and Lane Riggs. I think these two drivers, while Lane Riggs, the win totals sway in his favor, yes, Caden Honeycutt, if he could have runs like this, be consistent enough like this, the title fight will be a real showdown and an absolute spectacle to watch. Honeycutt led 225 laps in this race out of a possible 250, swept these stages, gets 76 points overall, a max point stay. He even got the fastest lap point. Just incredible. So now he's 61 points back of Lane Riggs. I don't think the title fight is going to actually happen for the regular season championship. There's only one race left, and I think Lane Riggs has it pretty much secure unless something ungodly happens. He wrecks out lap one, and Honeycutt goes on a 70-point swing. I don't think that's going to happen. So while the regular season title fight is pretty much over, I think the chase, the final handful of races, will be absolute cinema. Kane Honeycutt, what a massive performance he put on at Richmond. It's great to see, and I'm expecting more from him and expecting a great showdown in the chase between Kane Honeycutt and Lane Riggs. Shout out Kane Honeycutt for getting the second win on the season in absolutely dominating fashion at Richmond. Never was a question who was going to win this race. Kane Honeycutt, congratulations, my friend. Let's go over my drivers of the day next, beginning with Jake Garcia. He finishes sixth in the number 98 for Thor Sport Racing, and he really needed this finish to have any hope in making the chase. He sits 12th on the board right now, just a few spots back of the number 10 spot. He needs to surpass Stuart Friesen and Tyler Ankrum. Can he do it? I don't know. It's going to take a lot to get there, but a run like this certainly helps him possibly get there. So Jake Garcia, while he may not make the chase, runs like this are very good and impressive to watch. Shout out Jake Garcia. He gets a driver of the day. My next driver of the day is 16-year-old Tristan McKee. He finishes 8th in the Spire Motorsports number 77, his first ever NASCAR Truck Series race. This kid has a lot of talent and a bright future ahead of him. I've seen him race personally in a Trans Am car, won multiple races at Sonoma Raceway. He has so much talent behind the wheel. He's racing ARCA currently full-time, has a few wins over there. So I expect him probably to run full-time in trucks once he's able to turn 18 and do the bigger tracks. But Tristan McKee, he's a phenomenal talent, and I'm very excited for his future. A top 10, your first ever Truck Series race. Amazing job. Shout out Tristan McKee. He must get a driver of the day. My next driver of the day is Tyler Ankrum, another driver on that cut line for the chase, but with Stuart Friesen having issues Ankrum was able to vault himself back into the chase picture. He now sits 10th, right above the cut line, and he had a day where it did not go his way over the entire course of the race. He ran very competitively inside the top 10 the entire race. Then he had a penalty on pit lane. Too many men over the wall in stage two. Has to rally back, finishes 11th. A great result for the 18 team, and a team you don't really look to every single week. Like, he's kind of more on the back half of the irrelevant drivers. You don't really look for Ankrum, but when he shows up in the chase here at a few races, possibly, you will certainly notice him, and it's very good to see. Happy for Tyler Ankrum. A great run at Richmond. My last driver of the day is Leland Honeyman in the 62. And you may ask why he finished 17th. Well, Christopher Bell was supposed to race this truck at Richmond. He pulled out because of scheduling conflict issues with the Cup Series race and the Truck Series race racing on the same day. So he had to pull out. Honeyman jumped into this truck with no laps under his belt at Richmond in a truck, and he goes out there and finishes 17th. I think that's super impressive for extremely short notice for this driver. I'm happy for Honeyman. A great result in that 62 truck. Well done. Let's go ahead and cover the race results next. Finishing second is Heim time. Corey Heim finishes second and was really only the threat that Honeycutt had, but even still, Heim was never in Honeycutt zip code, but he still ran extremely well and extremely well for running a race every few weeks. Like, Heim's in and out of trucks and Cup Series cars, and he comes back to trucks and finishes second. It's still amazing what he's doing. He's 15th in the overall point still. Like, if he was running full time, he would still be in the mix for the chase. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. Corey Heim's amazing. Finishing third is Christian Eckes, and a much needed run for Christian Eckes. I'm happy to see that in a 91 truck. He was top 5 speed all race long. SVG finishes fourth, and he started out on pole, had a decent run going, and then he had a pit lane issue of his own, had to go to the back, rallies back to finish fourth. That just shows you how good that truck was and how much more comfortable SVG is getting on these short tracks. Well done, SVG. Grant Enfinger finishes in the 5th spot, and honestly, this race had an interesting storyline going. In stage 3, when live pit stops were happening, Enfinger wanted to stretch it on fuel, and I was super excited because he was not going to stop. He was not going to go down pit lane. He wanted to run long all the way to the end, and that was honestly the only way anybody was going to beat Kane Honeycutt, and I was super excited for it until we got a caution, and that ruined the whole strategy. Enfinger did assume the lead, but Honeycutt was just so fast. Once they got to turn one, it was already pretty much over, and Honeycutt retook the lead. So while Grant Enfinger finishes 5th, it could have been such a greater story, but Enfinger 5th. He ran 5th pretty much all race long. Well done to that 9 group. Chandler Smith finishes in the 7th spot, ran 3rd all race long, finishes 7th. Pretty good result for the 38 group. Gio Ruggiero and Daniel Hemrick round out your top 10. Just decent runs for both these drivers. They need those runs heading into the chase. Looking outside your top 10 now, Nicolette's, Tanner Gray, and Landon Lewis, all with solid races overall. 15th was Lane Riggs, and he got behind on the strategy. Had a lot of poor pit stops. Something was wrong with the gun. They couldn't get the left front on in an efficient manner on 2 separate stops. Was running inside the top 5 when he had the track position and finishes 15th. Not a great result. I bet that team is not very happy with that overall race ending. Parker Eatman, decent job in 16th. Happy to see that. And then Ben Rhodes was pretty relevant all race long, finishes in the 18th spot. Ty Majeski, another poor result, finishing 19th. He was running inside top 5 early in this race until him and Corey Heim had a little tangle on the front straightaway. It eventually cut down Majeski's tire. That instance was more Majeski's fault. He literally blocked Heim all the way down to the grass almost. So it was Majeski's fault. Unfortunate. Goes a few laps down, has to rally back, and finishes 19th. Okay result. And then your highest finishing Ram is Brendan Queen in 20th. It's been said every single race, basically. This is where Ram runs. 20th as your best Ram on track is not very good. 20th for Brendan Queen. And 21st is Corey LaJoy. I don't think I saw him on track once. That's how irrelevant he was this race. Cole Butcher, not a great race, 22nd. Andres Perez, kind of irrelevant this race as well, finishes 23rd. And other notables here, Justin Haley looked to have a faster truck early on and then just lost the feel of the truck, I guess. Finishes 27th, pretty disappointing. Mini Tyrell and a Ram, 29th. Frankie Muniz gets a top 30. And then looking outside your top 30 now, Elliott Sadler. Welcome back, Elliott Sadler. It's good to see him back in a NASCAR truck, a NASCAR anything. Finishes 32nd. Pretty disappointing, honestly, but still, it's cool to see him back. But Ram, not good. Elliott Sadler finishes 32nd. And then you have to end with Stuart Friesen, of course, who brought out that caution, which kind of ruined the strategy, but he blew a tire, not his fault. But this really does hurt him because it bumps him out of the chase. So it's really going to be between Stuart Friesen, Jake Garcia. Can either of them rally to beat Ankrum and move him off of the cut line and get themselves in? It's going to be interesting. Excited to see it. But that is your race results from Richmond. From my overall perspective of this race was pretty uneventful. The racing was decent, but nothing too crazy. Kane Honeycutt dominated the race. We saw some decent battles between the midfield, but nothing too earth shattering did take place. But we do have a good points battle heading into the chase, and we should see some fireworks for the championship. And the racing was decent, and hoping to see a little bit better as we head into the chase. But overall, I was satisfied. A decent race overall on a Saturday morning, not a Friday night. Kind of disappointing. The rain kind of ruined it for the Truck Series, but it's okay. But overall, thought it was decent. And the broadcast, I want to shout out the broadcast, not the camera quality, not Michael Waltrip, but Regan Smith and Eric Brennan. Well done to both of you guys. I think those two together do a real good job at explaining the picture. Regan Smith, a former driver, really able to call out what he sees. I know Michael Waltrip is also a former driver, but his on-air calls are just kind of a bit debatable. But Eric Brennan, the lead play-by-play announcer, replacing Jamie Little for this race. Shout out to you for bringing some life and some listenability to this booth. I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw. It reminds me of a young Rick Allen and kind of Lee Diffie combined. Like it's just really good to listen to. Like Eric Brennan, I'm loving your voice. I'm loving your commentary. It's very good to see and hear. Thank you for doing something for this Truck Series coverage and the Truck Series booth. It was great to listen to, and I really did enjoy it. So that was awesome. That was a good highlight as well. But yeah, overall, decent race. Good commentary by Eric Brennan. And yeah, sorry for the delay of this race review. I was a bit caught up celebrating a birthday from the family. I was actually at the Monster Jam event in Sacramento, which is my first ever event for Monster Jam. It was pretty cool to see. If you've never been to Monster Jam, I highly recommend it. It's nothing like NASCAR or drag racing. It's just completely different in its own right, but it's super fun to see. So that was what I was doing. That's why I delayed it a little bit. So I did not get the Truck Series race review out on time because I was watching other trucks do crazy cool things. So that is my excuse, I guess. But yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And again, sorry for the delay, but expect a lot of videos coming out soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please let me know what you think of the Truck Series race and this video, and hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if it's your first time here on the channel. But I'll leave you guys with this. Have a great, wonderful, and even splendid rest of your day. See ya.